This viral situation with this teacher and his students and his hair brought up quite a few conversations that we need to have. Now, Jukudu B says the reason many men and women are not seeing a problem is number one, the adultification of Black girls, number two, pimp culture, which has destroyed hip hop, and three, the patriarchy. Unpacking a lot of this will help to understand why there are two distinct camps. Now, in my comment section, we have a culture, a community that is already deconstructing religion, some of us, decentering men, and wanting the fall of patriarchy. So we can immediately see this as, boundary pushing. But also, if you really sit up and think about it, if anything were to have happened with these little girls, if there were lines crossed, the girls would be blamed because we have a tendency in the Black community to call Black girl victims fast. It's just something that happens. And we try to shift the blame off of what the man or the boy was doing and put it on the little girl because little girls, little Black girls, have been adultified while we simultaneously coddle or infantilize Black men and Black boys. We have talked about the unpaid labor situation. We see it in homes where the little girls are made to be second mothers. We see it in the church where girls and women are mules. We see it where boyfriends and spouses think that they are owed the service of a woman, a girl. We see it all the time, and it's typically unpaid labor. And it is definitely pimp culture. Pimp culture is in and through Black culture. That's the reason why you see so many people equating this to culture. It's a culture of using Black girls and women for their service, their unpaid labor. Also, not correcting this, shifting blame, and making excuses for this Black man is another way we infantilize them. There are all kinds of code of conducts that happen at work. There is professional behavior that happens at work. Continuing to make excuses for people, treating them like children, like they don't know better, or we should just excuse their behavior for X, Y, and Z reason, gives other people the green light, like, you know what, I'm going to be protected regardless because culture swoops in and says that I'm not responsible for my actions and I'm a nice person, so I should get to be here. Rules don't apply to me. It's just another way we coddle these people and we don't want them to take responsibility for their actual actions. Sometimes there are reprimands and consequences that go along with inappropriate behavior. Y'all, I had a lot of good commentary under my videos. E Freeholding says, my point would be about this idea of it being our culture. I didn't get that memo, but let's just say it was or is our culture. The fact is, we live in a society that is hyper sexualized and victim blames, and we do not protect Black girls and Black women. So the culture has shifted to something else. That should make teachers be more aware of not creating proper boundaries. It is not cool and is very inappropriate. And the thing is, this sets up these little girls to think that this is a proper way that you handle situations like this. The children are not responsible for this. The adult in the room should have had a little bit more professionalism. Life Live says, I am a teacher. We have a child abuse federal training called Act 125. First part of the training is called boundaries. Make sure you are keeping professional boundaries. This is how grooming starts. First, they get comfortable with encroachment of space, then touch. He needs to review Act 126, training for teachers. Even if he was a female teacher, it's inappropriate because professional boundaries are being crossed. Another teacher says, oh my God, teachers should never touch their students and or condition them to have to touch a grown-up. WTF, I'm a teacher myself, and this just blows my mind in the wrong way. Empress says, in the eyes of the Black community, a Black man can do no wrong. Then, if we later find out he's had an intimate relationship with one of his students, they will turn around and blame these children for being fast girls. Yes, this is highly inappropriate, and if that was my daughter, I would file a complaint. No, sir, you will not use my child for your personal labor. And we really need to sit down and unpack this because I have been in the Black community for a long time. I have heard the victim blaming and the blame shifting to the Black girls. They should have known better. They should have done better. What was she wearing? What was she doing? It always falls back on the Black girl. Let's not act like Black girls and women have not been called fast all their lives. And Black girls and Black women are the Jezebels and harlots that are bringing this, whatever attention on ourselves. So we need to get okay with saying yes. Let's protect the girls. Let's hold the men and the boys accountable for their behaviors. Okay, Kay says, to some, it might seem like you're being extra burb and trying to find fault, but it's not, and you're not being extra. You are right. It's normalized, invisible, unpaid labor and grooming for these Black girls' future. Don't even get me started about my ultra misogynistic church organization where all men, from the pastors to the laymen, sit and are unashamed to ask women who are not their wives, even if they have wives, to run errands, fix plates at church dinners, and walk the plates back to the table where they are sitting. Oh my God, this is irritating. My ex pastor, a Black man, called me difficult in front of people and over the pulpit mic because I didn't go for the BS and wouldn't let him control me. There's also a That's also the reason why I left. This is entrenched in our communities up and down, up and down. Little girls are adultified into caretaking roles all the time. And that's one of the reasons why I continue to talk about boundaries and not allowing people to use up your time, energy, and resources. Once little Black girls get it programmed into their brains that they need to be pouring, especially children, pour into yourself. Don't do things for these little boys. Don't do extra. You are a child. Then we're going to continue to have a shift in our communities. When do Black girls get to be children? Ebony pretty much sums up everything we've been saying. She says, I've been an educator for 22 years, and it's infuriating to me to see how quick people are to dismiss what he's doing because we see nothing SE actual going on. People are real quick to say, stop making a big deal out of it. You're doing too much. They forget or choose not to acknowledge that SE actual impropriety is not the only way harm is caused. Connections are formed through touch, and things can get confusing to children. So this constant dismissal, oh, it's not that serious, is harmful because when the line of impropriety is crossed, no one will believe the student. No one will believe the Black girls. They just won't. Um, oh, it isn't that serious. He's cool. He would never do something like that. In the Black community, especially, we often downplay this type of behavior due to the unconscious roles we expect each other to play. He's a cool male figure. There's no need to have your guard up. You're a young Black girl. You need to start proving your worth and serve the brothers in our community. So stop what you're doing and get to it. That's where it is. That's it. That's all. And I'm tired of women and girls being the mule of the world. We're not the mule of the world. We need to stop this. Black women and girls need to take some time. And that's why I said there's going to be two camps of Black women in this. There's the women that are like cool, they're still wearing the capes, they're extra, extra Black male identified. And then there are women who are just like, absolutely not. You're not going to use little Black girls. We've seen this too many times in the Black community, and we know that it could go very, very wrong. Which side do you fall on? Jump in the comments. Let's keep talking about it because boundaries need to happen. Professional behavior needs to happen. And this could actually help Black men and Black boys understand the lines of professionalism need to stay delineated. It needs to stay clear. No more excuses or coddling or rationalizing inappropriate behavior. Like, comment, share. Tell me what you think.